What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Inside Out Football. I'm your host, David, and we're back with another episode with a coach. Please welcome for the first time on the podcast, Coach Seyti.
Hello, how you doing?
What up? How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. How you?
It's great to have you.
Finally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
finally.
Yeah.
We've known each other mostly through PAC,
Yeah.
because you were coach at PAC, which is what we're going to talk about.
Right.
But I think it's great to have another coach on the podcast, also get your story and your perspective on the game.
Yeah.
How do we feel today?
I feel great.
Yeah.
Great. I feel good.
Yeah. I first want to ask, because if you're a coach, you must have gone through a lot of involvements. I want to ask, when did you first get involved with the game?
As a player?
As a player.
As a player? Oh, I played all my life, man. So I can't remember a time without it. As growing up, at least. Grew up in, I was born in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Born in Saudi Arabia. We were there I was 11 years old, and almost 12 when we moved to America. But yeah, I played. I remember my dad tells me, since I was 2 or 3, he used to play. Used to play with me, at least at that time, and played again. Growing up there, came here to America. What was it, in New York City?
Mm-hmm.
That was gateway through America. In Queens, bar. That's a bar there. Queens, Rosedale. We're in New York for 2.5 years. I did my middle school because I finished elementary in Saudi Arabia, in Mecca, the city Mecca, or Mecca, as it's actually pronounced Mecca. So we came to New York. I did middle school there.
Mm-hmm.
At that time it was 7th and 8th. Now I think they say 6th, 7th, and 8th, but at that time it was 7th and 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
They moved to the state of Delaware.
Okay.
And that's where I spent most of the time. I did high school, college, and then
Really?
then I left. I left a couple of times, to be honest. I left Delaware a couple of times.
Couple times, as in like left and came back.
Not left Delaware, left overseas. I left to go try to play in. I thought I had a connection in Egypt.
Okay.
And that's because my dad's first marriage to my stepmom.
Mm-hmm.
She's Egyptian. We used to go to Egypt all the time, every vacation. So and my sisters have sisters that are born and raised in Egypt. That's So I went there, and unfortunately it wasn't much connection there to try to play. So I went back to Delaware, trying to figure out my next move to play.
Yeah.
So it was it was out of nowhere. My cousin, who lived in Norway, who I hadn't seen since we were 8 or 9. I know I'm a year older than him. I was 8. He must have been around 7 or turning 7. This was in Guinea. That's where my folks come from, Guinea, Mali, and Liberia. That's where we're from. So when in Guinea, that's the last time I had seen him. But he contacted me, was like, "Yo, I'm playing. He's playing." I was surprised he's still playing. Because when I met him then, he wasn't. Yeah, but he's a good player too.
Yeah.
So he contacted me through an email. I was like, "Yo, our team having a tryout. I don't know if you're still playing, but would you be interested?" I was like, "Yeah," out of nowhere. I didn't even know. I was just playing community college at the time, but I was so trying to get out and go somewhere. So he contacted me. So I went to Norway, in a town called Finnsnes.
Okay.
In the north, small town, lovely town too, lovely people. And I played a little bit over there, and I enjoyed it. I met my best friend Binya. I met him there, who was still in contact. That was 2009. So we're still in contact now. So it was, coaching. So that's I was always around the game.
Yeah.
So after Norway, I came back. I had gotten married. I was still playing pickup, but I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I was trying to just be a sport, not an agent, but like a general manager, like one that get players to sign contracts and things like that, run the club. Excuse me. So that's what I was trying to do. But then I was playing with these guys out in SeaTac, and one of the players out there told me, if I'm interested in coaching. I don't know. You know, we just play say interested in coaching. They say the high school
Yeah.
is looking for coaches. They went to the high school. The high school is Tai High School, which is in Valley Ridge.
Yeah, high school. Yeah, I know.
I wasn't too much into coaching. I was like, okay, I'll try.
Mm-hmm.
So I contacted the school. They said, yeah, we don't have a position, but we can volunteer.
Uh-huh.
I was like, cool. That was 2012. I was like, cool. I'll volunteer. But then I got another job, so I was like, you know, I don't know to spend time volunteering. I want to do it. I'm not even sure if I even want to coach.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just focus on this new job I have.
Yeah.
And I went and did that 2013.
Uh-huh.
The next year, for some reason, Yellum, the one I told you, Federal Way earlier, we was speaking, Yellum contacted me. I didn't know he still had my number.
Yeah, really?
He was like, the position opened up. I was like, all right, let me just try it. Tried it. I applied for I got the JV coaching, the second team. So the first time I stepped out there on the field, that first training, I knew this is what I want to do for like the rest of my life, man.
Really?
Because then I started thinking back, like there was times when I was younger, when my younger brother, who's 3 years younger than me, he would come up to me because he played too growing up. He used to come to me like, yo, this is our team. How can you set it up? It was a 5-a-side, at the time. I was like, and I would start showing them like, this is what you guys can do. Have this player go here, this. And then in college, I used to do things like that. I would look at our team and I'd be like, wow, whatever, maybe we should change this just for myself.
Like micromanaging type of stuff.
Yeah, no, like in my head, I'm like, and I'll I'll write down a piece of paper who should play where.
Yeah.
And I'll take myself out of the equation. I just focus on my teammates.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll put I'll be like, okay, this guy should play here, this guy should play here. I would never include myself in that. Not that I didn't think too much of myself, but I'm not, I just, I don't know why I did that, to be honest. I just never put myself in that. I just put my teammates. And I always, like, and I guess that's where, I look back, I'm like, wow, maybe something I thought about, but I never really, I don't know.
Yeah. Rajan, you're recording on the ATM, sorry. Cool. Yeah. Wait, I want to know, going first back, because you say you were born in Saudi Arabia, you moved when you were 12, then you were in New York, you say in the Bronx.
No, Queens.
The Queens.
Queens, yeah.
And then you went to Delaware.
Yes.
So adaptation is what I want to know. How did you adapt to first all these places before I get into? I want to know, how did you adapt? So you're a kid in Saudi Arabia, and then you go to New York, then you go to Delaware. How do you adapt? How did you find, what was it called, maybe comfort or so in each of those places?
Okay. Well, when a place you're born, you don't really think about adapting. You just, you're born in it and things like that. I mean, my dad moved to the Arab world a long time. So, to be honest, like the biggest adjustment we really had to make had nothing to do with Saudi Arabia. Like, again, we were born there. That was home.
Mm-hmm.
But and then on top of that, so you're born in a country where it's not really a culture per se, because we're Africans, so it's not a culture. But at home, the African culture that's where it was.
Still
the food we eat, the language. My parents didn't even allow us to speak Arabic in the house.
Really?
When we spoke different names. It's called Madinka, different ways. It's all over West Africa, man. Okay. In Guinea, you find them in Mali, you find them in Ivory Coast.
So how do you come to learn such a language? Is it just at home?
At home. Oh, wow. We had to speak our what they call mother tongue. We had to speak it. So that's how we learned it. So that's the only thing we spoke at home. Now when we go outside, it was Arabic. So it wasn't. The biggest adjustment obviously was coming to America, because one, we didn't speak. My parents spoke English, right? Because again, that connected with Liberia. My mom being born in Liberia, is English.
Yeah.
My dad was majored in English in school, so he spoke English. But the rest of us did not. So the biggest adjustment was culture. It's a totally different culture. Going from Saudi Arabia, where at the time, especially in a holy city like Mecca, going there where there's a lot of some restrictions. It's religious. It's a religious place. It's fun. It was cool. I'm not saying anything negative. It's not a negative thing. It wasn't not a negative thing.
Yeah.
It's religious. It's a holy place, and then you come to America where it's like it's everything. You know, it's freedom. Is
Yeah.
when I say freedom, I mean like free to dress
Live.
how you want and
Yeah.
things like that. Not for us, but like that's the culture. You can do whatever. It's open.
Just
So
be
that,
you type of stuff.
yeah. It was that was the biggest that was the biggest adjustment because after in Saudi Arabia after kindergarten, when you from elementary on, it's separate, boys and girls. You're not in the same school, not in the same class. So after kindergarten I was in it's an all boys school or an all girls school. So I didn't have a female classmate till 7th grade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna count kindergarten or whatever because it was mixed in kindergarten, but in Saudi Arabia. But after I don't know how to do it now. I think it's still the same. Kindergarten's probably still the same, but
Is it just a type of school? Is it like all
no,
over
no,
the
no.
place?
It's all over. They don't. Yeah. So so 7th grade was the first time I had a female classmate. You know, so that was a bit different. The way, at least where I was, the school where I was, the way students would speak to teachers kind of took me back. It kind of like I was shocked because, especially where we were, it wasn't the best of schools, but it was different because the 7th grade school was in a different place called Long Island, so we had to walk to town and then Jamaica Ave and then catch the subway, go all the way to Long Island, and I forgot what letter the subway is. I forgot, but so that was different because in Saudi Arabia it was just my dad would give us a ride to school and that's it. But now we had to walk like 30 minutes to catch from the van to the subway in Jamaica. So that was different. And then the school I went to was to go and learn how to. It was a school to. IS 235 was to learn how to speak English. So I was there with other people that were learning English. My friends were from Ecuador, Philippines, Haiti.
Yeah.
Those are my closest friends. El Salvador. My friend Ulises, he's from that. So it was like, and then I went to all American school, the 8th grade year, which was, it was different, man, because I had to learn how to defend myself. There was a lot of fights.
Like defend yourself, like a fight twice, like
fights. Because so I look like everybody there. It was majority African American school. You know, that's why it was. I look like everyone there, but I'm different in a way because I'm not, because my name is different to them. So a lot of that is either you're African American, or you're Jamaican or Haitians. Jamaican or Haitian. I'm not Jamaican. I'm not Haitian. It's like say I'm African from Saudi Arabia. So it was just different. So I had to I ended up making friends and things like that, and I was a little bit better in English. I was much better in English. The best way to kind of stay away from bullying was, or not to get bullied, was to be the funny guy.
Okay.
And I've always been that, even in Saudi Arabia. I got in trouble for it. When I started, but it was a defensive mechanism, I guess, because I was always like to make people laugh, so that way nobody would, even though nobody would like bother me like that. But at the same time, I did have to get in a lot of fights, and it was to be exact. It could have been more than 4, but it was 4 official ones. I lost 2 and won 2. Yeah, I remember those. I remember those fights.
Yeah,
I remember
the records and all.
Yeah.
I can understand that. Also, being an immigrant kid who came here, I wasn't lucky as much to have a bunch of like African kids. There were black kids, but I was like the African kid. I was also the French kid. Kids would call me. If there were 2 David in the room, I'd be called David the French kid or David the African kid. My accent was different. Even when I was learning, they would come up to me. They're like, "What are you talking about?" Like, make this type of jokes. And I also feel the whole funny guy thing, because I felt like I also, when I was a kid in middle school, that the best way for me to integrate, because I was different by my color, by where I was coming from, my culture and everything, I felt like, be the funny kid. Just what's it called? And,
no, I got made fun of a lot. It was to the point where, even though you try to be this comedian and people laugh, things like that, you still get made fun of. And it was to the point where I didn't want to go to school anymore. There was times where I did not want to go to school at all, because I knew I didn't want to go through that, man, because I felt different. And at the time, my accent was very strong. Like, you can tell, like, this dude ain't from here. And I don't say, even the guys that are from Jamaica or Haiti, when they speak, they got this Caribbean type of talk. Like, if I don't speak like that. So where's this kid from? You know, so who are you? You know, you're not one of us. And the other side, the African Americans, like, you definitely ain't one of us. So for me to, like, not feel, should I have embraced it? Probably, but I wasn't in that mindset. I'm a kid. I'm trying to fit in. I'm trying to make friends. So I worked a lot on my accent. I watched a lot of comedy shows, you know. I watched a lot of TV. I watched a lot of comedy shows, man, to see how, like Martin and Sister, and back then, what's the name? Jamie Foxx, his stuff. So I watched all these things and just watch how they speak. Yeah, especially the African American dialect. That's because, and that threw me off too when we came in. That threw a lot of us off because we saw that it's the same English, but it's different. They speak it different. Like African Americans and let's say whites and anybody else,
how they pronounce words.
So for me, watching those shows, that kind of helped me a lot. It helped me a lot. Yeah.
I can relate to that. I mean, I was doing that with Netflix movies. I felt like, hey, it's a Netflix movie. They whatever. I was speaking of slangs like, yo, what's up? How they say these type of things because we were trying to feel included in everything. Sure, it's not easy. Also, when you know, at that age, you're 12. That's pretty much the same age. When I moved here, I was also 12. So I can totally relate to what you were going through. You know, except you got into those fights. I was the one that was getting bullied by the big football kids. So I was trying to defend myself with my words, but no chance. You don't speak the language.
But it's probably more it's probably more friendlier here than where I was. Where I was, that place was. It was.
I can understand.
It was different, man. It was the worst. It was the worst environment I've been in as far as school. Oh yeah, it was bad. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I want to know. So you moved to Delaware later on, but at which point did you start playing soccer? At which point did you fall in love with the game? And what made you fall in love with the game? What specifically had you like, man, I love this game. I want to go ahead and put in work for it.
I was born with, like, I was born and football was there. So it's like it's always been part of my life. So there was no point where I was like I knew what I wanted to do from the time I can remember. I just want to play football. That was it. And thankfully I was good at it, and my name had gotten out when I was in Saudi Arabia. My dad knew, like, I was good, because my dad was also good from stories that I've heard from his friends growing up. My dad was also good, so I never trained. Like, when I just knew how to play. You know how it is back, man. We back home, we just play in the streets.
Yeah,
we just played.
Flair.
Yeah, we just played, man. We played, and even if there wasn't a ball, we made something. We kicked the bottles and stuff. So that's what we did.
Water bottles.
Yeah.
We'll make balls out of bags with strings and everything.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we did. So there was nothing else. Like, I didn't play anything else. We had a hoop at our school in Saudi Arabia. We had a basketball hoop, but nobody even looked at it. Like, nobody looked at it because no one cared. Yeah. So my dad used to get calls and things like that. But my dad was more into the academic side of things. So he never really considered me playing for. He always used to talk about the academic side of things.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all it was. So he never really supported he never really supported me when it came to that. He let me play and everything, but he never would take. My dad never seen me play.
Really?
Never. You know, it's African parents, man. African parents, they ask you, did you score? They don't even care about positions. Did you score? If you say no, they're like, yeah, you're useless. Yeah, that's what it is. It was like, but you know, thankfully I used to score a lot. So, but even then, like, he never seen me play. My mom never saw me play. But with my mom, it was different because of the situation we grew up in, because she couldn't have gone to my school, stand there and watch, because they separate men and women. So that's the only reason. My dad had no excuse. He just did. He was busy, man. Yeah.
I can understand that. Yeah. But I want to know, did you have a favorite player growing up?
Yeah, George Weah.
Really?
George Weah. From Liberia.
Okay.
Yeah, George Weah. George Weah was the guy, man. George Weah was the guy for us, because again, my mom from Liberia, my dad spent some time in Liberia. I myself been to Liberia a couple of times. It's a lovely place. Has its struggles, but lovely place, and that's what, you know. And it's a small country, man. It's all, like, many of these folks, majority of the population live in Monrovia, which is the capital, and it's just not a big place. But everybody, they all know, you know.
What do you love the most about him? Watching him play.
Um, First of all, it was the only he was the only player from Liberia that actually name ever got out. He's the only African player to win Ballon d'Or.
Oh,
He's the only one.
Oh,
He's the only one. Timothy Weah's dad. You know Timothy Weah on the U.S.
Yeah,
national team.
now I know the guy
His
who
dad.
won it. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
The U.S.
he scored a goal in the World
against
Cup.
against the Wales. Yeah, he
Yeah,
scored that
yeah,
goal.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So his dad.
Yeah,
George-
yeah,
yeah,
I
his
remember.
dad.
I remember him now.
Yeah, yeah. So there's also some connection there because when George Weah was in AC Milan, I want to say, or Monaco, I think. So my uncle was his business manager.
Okay.
Or something. And my uncle was like it's some type of manager there,
Yeah.
like business manager, some type of handling he used to do. So there was that connection. There was that connection as well. But for me, George Weah was the guy overall. But when we're in Saudi Arabia, there's a guy that played for Nasser, which is where Ronaldo plays now. In my opinion, the best Saudi Arabian player ever. His name is Majid Abdullah.
Okay.
His name, he was the guy. So those two, I would say, George Weah, Majid Abdullah. Yeah, those are the guys that I.
You didn't look up to players like Messi or Ronaldo or back
You know,
then?
I'm not as young as you guys, man. I'm 37, man. Nah.
To throw in the debate a little bit, watching Messi and Ronaldo as you were growing up as a player, as a coach, who do you pick between two?
I don't like to compare because when you compare, you take the joy away, man. I don't compare those. So like, I enjoy watching both of those guys play. Like between like Ronaldo and Messi, talking about specifically those two, right?
Yeah, just those two. Like if you had to say, like, because they're like between the GOAT, like the greatest player of all time, it's between those two. So like if you were to pick, okay, this player is the greatest to ever play the game.
I can't pick one, man.
I
think because like what like there's things that Messi has done that Ronaldo hasn't. There's things that Ronaldo has done that Messi hasn't. Of course, yeah, we look at the World Cup and things like that, but I don't know. I think people make. I'm not saying they make mistakes, but I just enjoy watching both of them play. I cannot pick. I can't say who Messi's better than Ronaldo or Ronaldo's better than Messi. You know, they're all their own guy. I'm not trying to be political. I don't really care. I haven't. You know, I think like I don't understand it with human beings, right? We like to compare things and things like that, but I don't like to compare the two because they're totally different. They're totally different.
Like the opposite of each other.
Yeah, they're totally different.
One is short, one is tall, one is a powerful shooter, one is an amazing passer.
Yeah,
you know?
they're totally different. To me, they're totally different. I mean, so I just enjoy watching them play, man. Let people have their debates because you're gonna go nowhere with it.
But yeah, going back to you now, eventually you did now where you are now coaching at PAC. But how did you come to get the job at PAC? How did it came to be that you started to become a coach at PAC?
I started at PAC in 2014, by the way. 2014.
Okay. So that's nearly 10 years now.
Yeah, but I left. I was there for 3 years.
Oh, you left.
Then I left. I went to different clubs, and then I came back. When was it? 2021.
Okay. So
I was taking one of the courses, the grassroots, one of the grassroots courses, and I met one of the coaches there who was in the course with me. It's two of them. One was, I want to say, you know, Viet, right?
Yeah.
One of our directors, Viet, on the girls' side and on coaches one of the younger teams.
I think so. A bit short-ish.
Yeah. So his brother was in that. Was his brother or his in-law? One of them was in that course. Also, there's another coach who used to coach at PAC named Josh Sweat.
Okay.
I met them there, and they kind of give me I think Viet's email. I think I emailed him, told me to come out, and then that was like in January of like 2014 or so, and then I was just going like just hang around and watch them coach. At that point, I had only been coaching for 1 year, 2013.
Okay.
That was and now I know this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. So I started investing a lot more into myself. So I got that opportunity. So that was in January. I kept going every once in a while, but then in May they brought me on.
Was PAC the first club the only club you were looking at?
that's the only one that I was introduced to at the time. I didn't even know how this whole club thing goes because I was just in high school coaching.
Yeah.
So I didn't know, but they brought me on, and then in May, I was coaching one team, one younger team. I was learning. It was great. I was working with Viet, and then I think the next year Eugene came, and I started working with them. That's how Eugene is like my mentor, man. That's my guy. That's my guy. Yeah. So he helped me out a lot. And then I think I left after that when I got the varsity job at Tai. I started coaching varsity teams after the varsity team that after my second year. And had more responsibilities because I was coaching boys and girls varsity.
Yeah.
So now I have more responsibilities. It's hard to dedicate that time to the club. So I left. I left, but I was still doing club, but I just couldn't do the way I wanted to do it. So I went to, where did I go? I went to Valor. It was called Maple Valley.
Yeah.
At the time it was called Maple Valley. I went to Maple Valley for 2 years. Probably one of the best 2 years. It was great 2 years for me.
Yeah.
And then I left. I went to Sound. From Sound, I went to, after Sound, we didn't finish the season because of the pandemic.
Okay, yeah.
And then I went to, and then from there, I didn't know what was going to happen. I got a, Eagle, Eagle Claw? They practice. Great people, man. I got connected with them, with Joe, who's the founder, and then he brought me on. They're good people, man. They like good football. They're connected with Valencia.
Yeah.
So that was great learning experience, and then I just always try to, learn as much as I can. And then 2021, Eugene called me, was like, we're looking for a coach at PAC. Are you available? I kind of wasn't, but I was like, yeah, just to hear what they have to say. So Pedro Malia called me, and I talked to them. They didn't really have to convince me so much because I always did try to come back to PAC. It's just the time was never right. So I came back, and I've been here since, again, second time. So So I know Axel from my second year at PAC, or third year. I met Axel. Yeah. And I've known him ever since.
What do you think you like the most about coaching at PAC after experiencing all these clubs? Like what's the one thing you appreciate most about PAC?
I think they have an identity of who they are from day one. They've had an identity, how they want to play, in all 4 moments of the game. This is who we are. We are unapologetic about it. We're going to try to develop these players. We know we want to play out of the back, want to possess and things like that. We know we're going to struggle at the younger ages because they're learning. We're not going to just boot ball all over the place. Yeah. We're going to stick with it.
Calm and everything. Build up.
Yes. And they you see the difference when these teams get older. They're so much comfortable on the ball and things like that. Yeah. So they do have an identity. I've been around, so I know many clubs don't. The clubs don't. So some of the teams do. Some of the coaches have their own philosophy. So you got this coach has this philosophy. This coach has that philosophy. It doesn't transition into anything because it's not an overall thing. It's just every coach doing their own thing. But you kind of also learn from that because I've been in clubs that have that. So that kind of helped me build my own. Think how I want to.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to ask. What are the principles of your own coaching philosophy, not only to developing a player but also to developing a team? What are principles you take in when you go ahead and coach these players and teams, individually and as a whole?
I think for me, we have to think about the individual first before the team because you cannot if you want the team to be successful, you got to take care of the individuals first, right? So for me, it's always keeping it like especially with the young ones. I have a couple of young teams right now, so try to keep it small, keep it 3v3, maybe 4v4 because they need to get on the ball a lot. They need to get on the ball constantly because now kids don't play outside anymore, right? Yeah. So that environment, that street environment that they're missing, you have to I try to bring that to training. So let them play freely, play a lot. Maybe play all practice sometimes.
Bring out a flair or something.
Yeah. Let them be free. Let them be free. Not everything cannot be like try to dictate everything or everything is like what's the word I'm looking for? Can't think of the word now, but
It's
try
not
to
all strict.
instruction, like everything is just instructions.
Yeah, step by step type
So,
of
yeah,
thing.
I like them. I let them play. Yeah, we do different activities. We do activities and things like that. But for me, it's like players playing with freedom matters.
Mm-hmm.
It matters, you know. So as far as the team, as far as the team, man, I'm all about having the ball. All about having the ball, man. And that's, to me, in my opinion, that's how you defend. You defend by having the ball. If we don't have the ball, you know, you can't score. And if you have it, the other team can't score. And how we possess, you know, positional play. You know, I like players to be certain zones on the field in order for us to, you know, like we're playing in the midfield, for example. I like to have numbers up in the midfield. So how do you manipulate your numbers to make it look like it's more of you than the other team? So so things like that. I want players to play with joy. I want them to play free. Now, when free doesn't mean you just do whatever you want. I mean within the context of how we are trying to play, how we're trying to move from this third to this third to arriving in the final third. That's our identity. And so that's what I believe in. You know, if I can't, if I have to, so I win and lose with that philosophy. I'd rather have the ball, man. Even if we're playing a team that is good on the ball as well, it's not, or maybe a little bit superior. I can't have my team sit back.
And that also matches with the pack mentality, your philosophy.
Right. Yeah. So it's been that way for me even before pack. Even before pack, it's been that way for me. Like I've always wanted my teams to have the ball, and you know, and so that's why I enjoy obviously the Manchester Cities and the Barcelonas. You know.
So I want to know first, like it's obvious now. Now you know you can't play with Crossfire because Crossfire all they do is just boot it.
Most of them, yeah.
Yeah, but now. If you, I want to know if you had at some point had players come up to you, maybe suffering with difficulties on how to freely express themselves on the pitch and how to find confidence when you had the ball. How do you approach a player that lacks confidence? How do you go about, hey, like, you know, like big players that maybe came straightforward to you, I'm lacking confidence, or as you from a coach, you could tell from a player that this player is lacking confidence. How do you approach a player? How do you go about that?
I think first thing you have to know the person, you know, so it can mean something when you do say it. So first thing I try to always know the person, you know. I try to know the person behind the player, right? So once you know that person, if what you say to them, if you guys built that, you know, that friendship or something like that, or that trust between you and the player, and they're struggling with whatever they're struggling with, or you know, or lack confidence or what have you, if you communicate with them, it will mean something because you guys already have that I want to say bond. You know, now you won't have the same bond with every single player. They're all different.
It hits different.
It hits different. You know what I mean? And also, so once you know the person, you know how to approach them. You know what I mean? So things like that. Maybe some players need a kick in the behind. Maybe some players need a arm on the shoulder. You know what I mean? Sometimes how you word it, you can say the same thing to two different players, but how you word it is going to matter. And just being genuine with the person, because they can tell. Players they can tell. You know what I mean? They can tell if you're being genuine or not being genuine or whatever. But to be able to tell is like, if you have to have a relationship with the players, with the person. You have to have a relationship with the person. You have to know about who this person is and be genuine about it. I think it will mean something, because if I don't have a relationship with, let's say you're one of my players, I don't have no relationship with you. All I do is I'm screaming in games, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Then you won't even approach me to ask me anything, because you won't even feel comfortable. That's first thing first. You know what I mean? But even if you don't, and I see it, I'll go up to you, and I never really say much to you, and, oh, you lacking confidence, do X, Y, and Z. Who are you to tell me that? You don't even know me. See what I mean? So those are the things I try to get to know all of my players. You know what I mean? So when I do approach them, or when they are struggling with something, when I am able to help and give advice, you know, it will mean something. They can take it, and hopefully I'm able to help for sure. Hopefully I'm able to help.
What's it called? Have you found the response to players? You know, like when you give them that specific advice, and what specific advice do you think is the best way, in your opinion, for players to get back confidence on the field?
I think I always try to use my own experiences, so hopefully they can relate. Sometimes just in life we have to go through the fire. We have to go through it. You know, there's no avoiding it. There's no, if I do this, I probably will not feel this. So sometimes that lack of confidence can come from different things. Can come from life, from home, or, you know, things like that. And I mean, like I said earlier, like I'm 37, but I have been through a lot, man. Personal life, even the soccer, you know, my career and things like that. I've been through a lot, so I can relate to a lot of things that happen. You know, a lot of things like. So from like last couple of years, you know, I have had players approach me and things like that. My own players with things they dealing with. Thankfully they felt comfortable enough in confiding in me and things like that. But for me, every situation is different. So I can't give you like there's no like one answer. But for me, one advice is, because I struggled with confidence. You know, when I played, there was one point in my life where I struggled with it, and one thing I used to do, for example, just again in the context of just soccer, one thing I used to do was use imagery. I would envision myself doing things on the field before the game even starts, before like the night before. I would do that and keep it in my mind, and I would write down things. I would have a journal and write down, this is what I'm, you know, things like that help me. So if I can help anyone with just you know, relating what I went through to them, and you know, they try and it helps, then great. But everyone is different. That's what helped me. But sometimes also it's okay to go through the fire. It's okay. That's what makes us. I think when we come under, when we go through this fire and come out on the other end of it, it makes us stronger.
Yeah.
So if I'm lacking confidence, I'm going on the field. Man, I can't score. I'm a striker. I'm struggling to score. What are you gonna do? You can only control what you can control. What you can control is how hard you work. Continue working. Continue working. Continue doing things right. You know. Sit down, like write down, okay, why do I think I'm not able to score goals? Is it this? Go watch film. Watch film, for example. You know, am I making the right runs? You know, am I demanding the ball? You know, am I seeing the place? Am I 2 plays ahead? Am I anticipating X, Y, and Z? Yeah. Watch yourself on film. We have video. We have all type of systems now. Every game is being recorded, so you have resources. Go to YouTube, look up some things on finishing and things like that. Do those things. So there's a lot of different ways, but you know, that's just in the soccer context. So that is, of course, there's life situations where it's more sensitive.
What's an advice that you wish you had received when you were playing that now you give to young players that you're coaching?
That's a great question, man. Yeah. Advice I wish I received from my coach.
Yeah,
from a coach,
your coach, or just when you were playing, because you know when you're playing, you may get mentor figures from nearly anybody. It might not be your direct coach. I'm getting coached by a coach right now, but I also get advice from other coaches that or from things I implement on my game. You know, I look up to many other people. But what's one advice you wish you would have gotten when you were playing that you not give to players? It may be from your coach. It may be from anybody.
Oh man. I don't know if it's when it comes to sport. I can't think of any, to be honest. Like something I wish, because however my life turned out now, soccer wise, it's because of the decisions I make, which is great. I mean, I didn't think of it then. Like quick story. When I was in 9th grade, I played soccer in Delaware, and I was a freshman in high school in Brandywine High School. I played my freshman year, but then I started hanging out with the wrong people, and I quit soccer because it was a school where football and basketball were so that's what they played, and you get made fun of for playing soccer. You call different names, so I quit. But then I started focusing more on basketball, and that was one of the best decisions, to be honest with you, because I wasn't good at it, but I worked and worked and worked. I went through a lot just to be able to like play with guys who I never thought I could even be on the same basketball court as. Yeah. But that's how hard I worked at it, and it showed me the benefit of things you can control, which is how hard you work. So that's a decision I made to focus on basketball, and that led me to where I am today. Because if it wasn't for basketball, I probably wouldn't have gained any type of confidence, to be honest. So I don't know an advice that someone that I wish I had received. That's a very good question, but I can't. Sports wise, probably I don't think I have any. I can't think of any right now. But life, there's many.
Yeah.
Always I received. I don't know if you want to hear that, but
No, yeah, sure. Let's go ahead. Like, what's one of the life lessons you wish you would have received, but now that you gave your players?
you're stronger than you think you are. Just keep going. You'll see. You'll see why. Like that's one thing I can like. You are stronger than you think you are mentally. You can handle. You can. There's a lot of things you are able to handle. You may not know it right now because of where you are, but just keep going and trust yourself. You'll see what happens.
Yeah.
That's and be patient with yourself. You know, be patient with yourself because you're gonna make mistakes. That's definitely.
Yeah.
That's why I guess that would be the one. That would be the one. Just be patient with yourself.
Yeah.
You know, because that would be. Yeah.
If you watch the podcast around this time, we do a little game of Connect Four.
Yeah, I know that's what's coming. Yeah.
Yeah. If you also watch the podcast, you know I'm not really good at it. I'm horrible. Like, if my
you're
life, what's that?
You're not.
Have you seen the last man? I'm talking.
Give me yellow. I don't. That's United. I can't do the red. That's United.
Okay,
man.
I got you.
I'll take yellow, but
hold on, let's do this.
that's one team I can't stand. Oh my God, they're still living in Sir Alex Ferguson days, man.
I was watching them recently. Oh my God, they're horrible.
They don't have I don't know what they're trying to do out there on the field, man. They don't have any type of identity.
Exactly.
You know, they got good players, but
here's a side question. I was preparing when I was I was just chilling.
Yeah.
Please, you go first.
Yep.
What do you think defines us as people? Is it our thoughts or is it our actions? That's just a side like.
What defines us as people?
Yeah, that, as a person, what defines a person? Is it our thoughts or is it our action? It's just a little question that's been wondering.
Thoughts or action would define us. I think it's our upbringing.
So
Right?
upbringing,
How you're raised. I think that's what shapes you. I think. If I have to think of any, I think
would
I'll
it be
say.
your actions then? So would
think
it be
the
the
way
actions you make or the thoughts that you have?
I think even that is from your upbringing. Like the thoughts you have, how you see life is from your upbringing. You know.
Yeah.
Like how you see it. Like, you know. I think it's from your upbringing, how you're raised. And things like that. That's just, I think that kind of shapes you, and you go through the world, you go through life with that, and you know, you meet people, you go through your own experiences, and some things you take away, some things you keep. But I think it's just your upbringing.
I think it's the actions you make. I think you may have all the good thoughts, but at the end of the day, like, what comes out? Like, what are you like portraying out there? You know, you could say that you thought about this and all, but nobody reads your thoughts. Nobody can sit there. You may do all the good things, but have all the what's it called, the bad thoughts, or you may have all the bad thoughts and do all the good things. Nobody cares about the thoughts. Or you could come out in court and you're being judged for killing 10 people, but nobody cares about what you think. Everybody cares about what the actions that you've committed. So I think what defines us ultimately as people, as a person, is what actions did I make? It doesn't matter what I thought about. It's what did I ended up doing? Because it's at the end of the day, it's what people are going to judge us upon. You know, I may be here in Washington. I'm going to judge a person that I've seen the news in New York because of the action he's making, not because of the thought he had. You know, I'm defining that person as being a good person, a bad person, a funny person, a dumb person, a smart person.
But where do we get that from? Isn't it from? It can be environment.
That's you now.
Yeah, it can be from your upbringing. I think from the environment you live in. You know, because a lot of times we're product of our environment.
Okay.
You know, so, product of our environment. So
do we blame our environments?
Do we blame our environment? I think
for
I don't
the
think
actions we end up doing.
Do we blame our environment?
Yeah, because like, hey, if I end up being this way and I'm doing these actions, having these thoughts, it's because of my environment. It's not because.
No, you can't. At a certain point, you have to at a certain point, you have to let that go. But if you're still in that environment, how can you let it go when you don't even know?
Okay, what if you left that environment and you still blame that environment?
Then it's about accountability and responsibility. I can't blame. I can't a lot of things I grew up. I can't blame my environment for that anymore because I grew up and I have my own ideas and ways of life and things like that. Yeah, I still keep some of those things in my upbringing. How I look at life,
Yeah.
how I look at the world is shaped up from the way from my upbringing and things like that. But you know, you know, you just you become your own person, and you can no longer blame
Other
you can't blame what you've been. You can't blame. I come from a single family home. Only I wasn't. My dad wasn't there, so now
I'm gonna do
I'm
these
gonna do that
things.
because my dad. No. That's you have to take. Your dad wasn't there, but that doesn't mean you get to do X, Y, and Z. Even if that's true, yes, your dad wasn't there. Yes, you didn't know how to do X, Y, and Z, but in a certain point you have to. It's my turn. Huh? A certain point you have to. Oh, I can't do that. At a certain point you have to like try to be your own. You can't blame the environment. That I can say.
What is your favorite part about coaching?
The people I meet,
The people you meet,
people
like
get to
opponents and also players. Oh, yeah.
families, people, the players. Me and their families. Traveling to different places, meeting new people. I'm all about people, man. So when I meet people, always meeting new people, man. That's the best thing about it. It's like, and most importantly, it's like, if you're sincere about coaching, if you're sincere about it, or, if you can, just impacting people's lives. Did I miss something?
Nah, you good.
Okay, cause I'm not good. I'm not gonna say I'm not good at it, but
You're good. You're good. Just,
yeah,
play
game
well.
is over though. You know that, right?
That's why I looked at the camera.
I'm just letting you know, like game's over.
Yeah. Next shot. Man, I looked at, and then he was standing in the camera and was like,
Now I believe you. When you say you're not good at it, I believe you, man.
because no, the thing is, I'm so focused on offense. How do you win? How do you win? That I don't think about, hey, how do I defend? Like, how do I watch your moves? And the moment I play my gear, that's when I looked at yours.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
Remember last time we said you're supposed to call out if you see he's like scream. I don't care, man. I want to win. And it don't matter if they hear you, man. Next time I'm buying it.
You go first.
Okay, bet.
Since I went first last time.
How is it looking? Okay. Next time I'm buying an earpiece that I'm gonna be wearing on my ears, right? And I'm gonna have him like talk to you. I promise you.
That's all good, man.
I've already been looking at it, looking through it, and that's what I'm gonna be finding. What do you think is the hardest period you ever had to go through as a coach?
As a coach?
Yes, the hardest thing you had to go through. And how did you conquer it? How did you go about it?
So far, I don't know, man. There's been a lot of There's been a lot of moments, man. There's been many moments. Man, I tend to put things in perspective.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, like, there's nothing in coaching that's been so tough on me that's going to be any tougher than outside of it. So I've been through a lot more outside than I ever will be, because I mean, it comes down to what when we coaching, like it comes down to wins and losses, really, if that's comes down to that, and that's I'm able to handle that, losing a job. Thankfully I haven't like ever gotten fired from coaching, thankfully.
You ever had a player come up to you asking, telling you, hey, I want to be a coach one day?
The coach, no, I've approached players that maybe that's something they should think about.
What's that?
I approached a player that maybe that's something you should think about, because
what advice do you give them?
I told them continue playing, but just understand that like the way you see the game is special. You can one day when you finish playing, you should think about coaching.
Yeah,
just something like that. Because I enjoy talking to players like that. Sorry, let me just go somewhere else.
Man, I was hoping I'd get better and better with time, but I'm not getting any better.
With this?
Yeah, I thought I would be getting better, some way, somehow. That was time. I'm getting.
It's like me in chess, man. Like I understand chess, like I play it now.
Yeah.
But I've been playing against the computer online and stuff like that. And had to stop before I break my laptop. Man, because oh man, But chess is actually good. It's really it gets you to think, and it's like soccer. It's like soccer in a way, man. If you're into tactics and things like that, being 2-3 steps ahead. But
outside of soccer,
I enjoy chess.
Outside of soccer, what is one thing you enjoy?
Traveling
Traveling
and meeting people. I love.
One of your favorite places you've went to, and what's one of the target places you ever went to yet that you're like, man, this is where I want to be.
Best place I've been to. I can't give you one. I'll give
me top 3.
Ghana.
Okay.
In 2020.
What's the favorite one? Now I'll give you only one favorite thing about Ghana.
This is gonna sound redundant, but the people.
The people.
So nice. Oh my God, man! Like they're some of the nicest people I've ever met. Man.
Really?
Yeah. Ghanaians are so beautiful country. So beautiful country, but. And another country, Morocco, went there last year. I advise anyone, man.
Go to Morocco.
Morocco.
Yeah.
Check out Morocco, man. Went to Casablanca, went to Marrakesh, went to they call it Fez. I don't even know how to say that in there. I don't know how to pronounce it, but Fez is dope experience. Went there, wife, kids.
Wait, is it me or you? Hey, mommy. Okay.
Yeah. Went there, wife, kids, 2 brothers and a sister.
Yeah.
My sister, yeah. One of my sisters. It's a lot of us, man. I have 8 siblings.
Oh, it's 8 siblings?
8 siblings.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yep.
How's it like sharing things with 8 siblings?
There's no share. I mean, it's not about sharing. It's just more like you can't, like, if you want something, it's going to have to be something that everybody else can get. Because we're not going to get you this and it's 7. Like, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I understand.
So, yeah, it's like you just got to make sure it's something that everybody else can get. Yeah.
This is like upside down chess, right? Chess on the play. It's like, standing up. And now that you say you're a chess player, I'm even more scared about this game.
No, I'm not that. I ain't that good, man. Like I started, like I'm trying. I'm trying.
Connect 4. My first win. Oh my God.
It had to be against me.
What?
It had to be against me. Oh yeah.
I used to pray for times like this, to rap like this. Bro, when I tell you, this is the first time when I'm hosting.
It had to be against me, man.
Yeah.
You distracted me, man. You distracted. Now we gotta. Do we have time to play one more?
We have time to play one more.
No, I can't leave here with an L.
Because usually I'm like so in my head, I'm trying to host a podcast. But this is the first time where, honestly, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, okay, I'm going to like 50-50 on my attention.
No.
And I'm telling you, at some point, I looked at the camera and I winked because I already had it all planned out.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I'm the one that wasn't paying attention. So now.
Now I'm thinking, I'm confident I can play midfield.
Yeah. You said one more? You said 3 countries? Was it 1 or 2? I
yeah,
gave you 2.
You need one more. You gave me Morocco as second. Now I need the third one.
I mean, there's been a lot of places, man. Obviously, I'm gonna be biased here, but you said 3, okay. I would say check out Saudi Arabia, man.
Saudi Arabia.
Check it out, man.
What country has the best food? Oh,
Liberia.
Been
to Liberia. Because Liberia is like, it's a lot of Mandingo folks in Liberia.
Okay.
You can actually walk outside and be speaking Mandingo. It's English speaking country, but it's different. Of course, different ethnic groups. But Liberia, because it's basically like, man, Liberians. To me, Liberian food is the best food in the world.
Really?
Liberian food is the best food in the world.
One favorite thing from Liberia, like one food, one dish.
Obviously, everyone goes with the same thing, jollof rice, this and that. But there's so much more.
Jollof rice.
Yeah, it's so much more than jollof rice, though. There's fried. There's what's it gonna call it? There's dry rice, for example. There's dry rice. Yeah, dry rice.
Wait, dry rice.
What?
Like the rice is dry? Like no more rice? Like
no.
Rice?
You have to see. Like it's called so dry rice with like you can eat it with like dry fish. Now you can't tell me you don't know dry fish and.
Dry, right?
You don't know dry fish too?
No, like wait, dry like just normal rice with nothing on it.
No, 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 no. The way they make it, it's like I don't know how to explain it, man. I don't know how to put it in English. I don't know how to put it in English, but there's also okra.
Okay.
There's obviously there's fufu. There's
I know how to make fufu.
there's spinach stew, which they make it complete different. There's so much but they make those in many, many places in West Africa. It's not just Liberia. They make it in so many different places. But I just think Liberians
Make it
are the best. I think in all of Africa. Let me not say all of Africa. Let's just say West Africa. For example. I'm just say West Africa, right?
Yeah.
The best cooks are Liberians.
Man, you would be.
And you know my mom. You know where my mom was born and raised?
Where?
Liberia. Yeah. So now I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
If
I'm telling Liberia, like I'm not being biased, but Liberians, man, they throw it down. Man.
Good.
They really throw it down, man.
So if I have to ask you, what's one target place, like one dream place you have to visit that you haven't went yet? What would it be?
One.
Like I can think of maybe one place I want to be at. I want to travel to.
Man, I don't want to give the.
You want me to give you maybe two?
No. Believe me, there's one. There's Man. Okay, I'll tell you this, because of my family history and what have you on my dad's side, because I'm named after my grandfather. My grandfather is from Mali. Mm-hmm. Now I speak the language. It's called Bambara. I don't speak with the accent, but I speak Mandingo. And Mandingo and Bambara is the same, just different accents, right? Yeah. So I definitely want to go there because I know exactly where he was from. I know the village and all of that stuff. I just, even though I've been to other countries in Africa, but Mali, I've never been there. So Mali is one country that I would love to, it's my turn?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to visit Mali for sure. Yeah. But I can give you many more, but Mali for sure. I want to,
Remember, if you see something,
why do you need help?
What?
Why do you need help?
Because I'm bad.
Nah, you got it. You beat me the first time.
Oh, man.
You don't need the earpiece now. So I'm good. You good. You won.
I'm horrible.
But I'm going to win this one, though.
Oh, really?
I'm telling you.
Okay.
I'm not
now, let me read back. Let me take a step back.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Do what you have to do, brother. I'm not losing two in a row. And I'm on camera too saying it. So I better not.
Now I think I have you in three places here. Three possibilities for me
alone
to win. Yeah. I can
I don't have any right now, but I'm still gonna win. That's what I'm telling
you. You said that with no clear path.
No,
when you said that scared me. It had me rethink like what possibilities can go. You made me like this is my first genuine game I won. Like just like man, win.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I know what you're shooting at. I'm not gonna give you that because you do have. I see two possibilities right now. You can win, but I'm not gonna give you that.
This is a chess game. This is chess right here.
Can't give you this. Look, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna give you this spot right here. So you can look at it. I'm not gonna give you that spot. So
now you have to go. Like I won the game already. It's as simple as that. I won.
What am I missing?
I won.
What did you win? You didn't win.
Connect 4.
We have time for one?
You want one more?
I can't leave it on L, man. I can't leave it on loss.
Hey, I'm gonna frame this
on camera too, man.
Can you believe you might be I think 18 out of the time of this recording might be my 18th guest or something. I've lost against every guest, and you're the first one that's giving me a free win.
Wait, hold on. What happened the first time we played? Who won?
You did.
Okay, that's the only one that matters. The first one's the only one that matters, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna find a way to win. Can't believe I just lost. You gonna edit that part or? Nah, I don't care, man.
You know the way I took it, the way I molded it to my. Oh my god.
Okay? Go ahead. I don't think you shot. I think that just. Okay, go ahead.
You don't think I'm what?
I don't think you strategized that. I think it just happened. I think that just fell on your lap like that. You just saw it.
No.
You didn't strategize that from the beginning.
I told you from the start. I'll maybe I'll show you, send you a screenshot next time. I saw 3 possibilities. I saw a possibility to go right here, in the middle right here, and the middle right here. So I dragged you here, and then you blocked me here.
You got this one, man.
Yeah, I was thinking. Now I tell you, I can play midfield. I can play coach. I'll do it all. My thinking is right there.
Man. You know what? One job I wish one thing I wish I could do if I was in coaching.
What would it be?
I wish I knew how to cook and travel the world. Just taste some food.
Really?
Yeah. But you have to be. I think you have to like be a cook or so. Not that you have to be a cook, but have to know a lot about cuisine. And that's because I enjoy traveling. I enjoy food. Arab food is good too, though, man.
Arab food
is good. Yeah, Arab food is good. We used to go to Egypt a lot. Egypt have the best. What you guys call shawarma?
Shawarma, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Egypt to me has.
My mom makes.
We used to go to Egypt a lot, man. Egypt is a beautiful place too. I think I'm gonna lose because I'm not really paying that much attention right now. It's gonna take too long. That's going to take too long.
Connect for us.
Oh, I was waiting for this one. I was waiting for that one. Yo. Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, but I was trying to say something, but you was so instructed.
Yo, I can't believe this, man. I can't believe this.
Oh my god, too good, right? Hold on,
I can't believe this.
Let me take this one away because people might have the wrong idea.
Yo, you had 3 wins? I must be that bad.
You must be bad.
But let me tell you something though.
What's up?
What they call one and done?
What is that?
Right? Like in playoffs or games, like you play one game, that's out of one, you done. Winners advance, losers go home. So we played the first game.
Yeah.
And who won?
You.
That's it. That's the only one that matters. I'm telling you. That's the only one that matters. These ones.
How many times did I win? Was it 3? Right?
No, you won 3 times.
Out of 4 games in the playoffs.
No, but we didn't talk about best out of 7. We talked about we said let's play, and I won the first game, so that's all that matters. But you got it, man. You got this one.
All I can say is the way I won this fast.
So
it tells you everything.
That's why That's why I'm a coach. So I just helped you. I just helped you win.
Don't say that. Nah.
But I helped you win. So now, are you more confident now?
I'm more confident. Next time
You're welcome.
Yeah, next time I'm interviewing somebody, I'm gonna take those 1 minute. Like if you notice, like this 1 minute where I paused and I wasn't saying anything, I'm just strategizing. I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna make myself a platform here, stopping you from building up here. Then I'm telling myself, with this platform, I can make possibilities right here, right here. It was all thought. Oh my god!
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh my god! This is this is the best day of my life, man. But that's connect for a game. Remember, I won somebody 3-1.
I won the first game, man. I won the first game. That's all that matters. I only care about the first game.
History will just remember that I won 3 games.
History remembers who won first. History remembers the first winner.
History will remember whatever I post.
That was good. You got me there.
Okay.
Yeah. What's up?
If you watch the show, we do a little segment at the end where you give yourself a message in 5 years. Assuming you are watching in 5 years and you have to give yourself a message. Look at that camera right there. If you had to give yourself a message for yourself, what would it be?
You did it. You said you're gonna do it, and you did it. Congrats. More to come.
No, that was beautiful. That was
Yeah.
that was nice. On point. You thought about it.
I know
before.
exactly what I want to do in life, man. So I don't have no. My vision is clear. Thank God, my vision is clear, man.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I want to do. You know, I have a great support system, and the biggest is God, obviously. So I know exactly what I want to do. That's why
Yeah.
that was easy for me.
Obviously not a Connect Four, but
You gonna rub this in, okay? You got it.
I'll see you at practice next week and I'll do it. Bro,
Nah.
you know, I'll post this on my Instagram, but I'll crop you just so I can.
Nah, I don't care. Nah, it's cool. You got this. You got the 3.
Yeah.
But bring this to the clubhouse. Bring it to the clubhouse, man. I can't believe.
Oh, you know,
yeah.
before this episode, I remember.
I know. I saw the one with you and actually you said it.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You never went," but damn, I can't believe I'm the first one to.
Yeah,
But
the first one. There's actually a guest that made me rethink. Like I was with Rajan, I lost with him 2 consecutive times, and I genuinely sat there after the recording. I'm like, I'm gonna have to buy a new game. Now you made me rethink all of that. I'm gonna keep this game.
Because of time. Obviously, I'll continue playing, but because of time, that's why. Otherwise, I can't. But again, to my defense, I won the first game, and that's all that matters. But yeah, the first game to me is
every
crucial.
time you say you won the first game, I'm gonna just cut that part, and it's gonna be like I want.
Oh boy, nah, it's all good, man. It's all good.
But I want to thank you for coming on the podcast. It was great to be able to sit down with you and learn more from you, even on or off camera. It's a pleasure to know you, mostly with Pac. More and more that I meet so many amazing people. I think going to Pac was one of the best decisions I've ever made for my life. Even like I can look back in 10 years, because I could genuinely tell you, if I hadn't gone to Pac, if I hadn't played club soccer when I decided to play club soccer, I would not be doing a podcast. Right now, I'd be in school, focusing on going on the medical field, because since I've been a little kid, helping out, saving lives is what I've always been wanting to do, from first wanting to save an animal's life, because I wanted to become a doctor for help out animals, and then I moved to the country. That's when I was in Africa. I was like, I want to, because I was looking at sick dogs and dying dogs in the streets, and I was like, I don't want that to continue. I want to help out. I moved here, and I'm thinking, you could go bigger, and I'm trying to, I was looking at them, you could do more and more. But when I moved to Pac, just knowing more and more people with more and more stories, you're like, why not? And it's the best decision I've made in my life, alongside others. But meeting you alongside that decision was one of the best things. I want to thank you again for coming.
Thank you, man. Thanks for the opportunity, man.
Genuinely,
Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you for coming. Man. Thank you for the opportunity, because I get to, I'm in the shadows. The spotlight is really on you. Like, even look at the way we got the camera set up. Like, you have a whole camera for yourself, and you're the one facing that camera. Like, it's because I want to be, away. I want people to focus on the guest. I want 5-10 years time, if there's only one thing people can remember, is your story and you, and not the fact that I was wearing this awesome shirt.
Yeah. That's my one of my favorite rappers.
Yeah,
Biggie, of course.
Man.
He died when 97 it was.
Man, I only know Biggie from Tupac.
Yeah,
Biggie, remember?
No, Biggie was like, that's the one. Being from living in New York, obviously, Biggie. I'm a Biggie guy, man.
Biggie guy, yeah.
Not that I don't like Tupac. He's the man, but Biggie, music wise, lyrically,
I gotta get some more Biggie songs in my place. I only got Tupac.
Yo, you don't have no Biggie?
No, I got West Side, West Side. Oh my God, that song gets me hyped up.
Nah, Tupac was,
but yeah, thanks everybody for watching the podcast. For taking the time to go ahead and watch the podcast and learning more and more from football, knowing more and more just about the perspective of a coach, come from Coach Seyti. It's amazing to have you guys watching. We're going to see you guys whenever we see you. And, Rajan and I, we're retiring from the podcast next year. We're taking a good break because Rajan has a wife and kids to take care of. Nah, genuinely, but it's fall 2024. It's looking more and more. It's going to be the last time we record. I think fall 2024, we'll put an end to it now. And then fall and summer 2025 will be the last video that'll be posted. But doing more and more this, I enjoy it more and more, and I just want to enjoy the last videos we post. So I hope you guys also enjoy it. But thank you for watching the podcast. We'll see you next time. Bang. How do you feel?
Feel normal once we got going. Like
Yeah.
you don't even think about the cameras. Just talk. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
my
good.
whole.
It's good. Man. It's good.
You want to run one more and off camera on there?
Let's do it.
This won't be on camera. Alright, this is.
No.
Yeah.
Nah.
What's that? Man, I said off camera. Nobody got to